everyone, this is Dr. Jessica Sneha Gray. Welcome back to my series on finding empowerment. Today we will look at finding serenity in a world of change based on the Serenity Prayer. How many of you have heard of the Serenity Prayer? You see, I've grown up with it and I've known it all my life. But all my life, I thought of it as a cute, quaint prayer with not a lot of basis in reality. But over the last little while, as I've been reflecting on my life, I've changed my perspective on that prayer. I now see it as a simple words, but quite powerful. Now, hang around because we're not talking something quaint here. I will tell you from my experience why I think the Serenity Prayer is powerful. You see, for as long as I can remember, I've been driven by a desire to impact the world around me positively. Whether it is as in my role as counselor, coach, mentor, a place negotiator, or as an expert, I've always felt a deep and profound sense of responsibility to make the world around me just a little bit better than I found them. This drive to help others and to make my world and the world around me a better place is something I've carried from since childhood. Nonetheless, my mum would often remind me of the Serenity Prayer, a simple yet profound piece of wisdom. And this is what the prayer says it says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. In my younger years, as I've said before, the Serenity Prayer felt sweet but not entirely real to me. It was somewhat, you know, cute and quaint, and something comforting that my mum would say to make me feel better, perhaps, to have a guiding principle. But you see, as I moved through life, I found that it is so real in all our lives. I've never, you see, for me, I've never had the courage to stand up for what's right and fight for what's just and true. But I know that I've often struggled with letting go of things and areas where I cannot make a difference. I've learned that it is wise to know the difference and accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and be wise enough to know which is which. Over time and through years of experience and trial and error, I've now come to this realization. And the other day, I had a moment of deja vu. The Serenity Prayer, which was once a distant memory from my childhood, came rushing back to me with profound clarity. And I realized its power and truth in a way that I hadn't before. So today I share that with you. In anything that happens in your life, always have the courage to stand up for justice, but also have the courage to know when you need to walk away and know the difference. Because these are essential guideposts for living in a world that often feels more chaotic and upside down. Today, more than ever, it is very important because we live in a world where the lines between right and wrong, up and down, seem blurred. The world is polarized, and what was once clear has become somewhat confusing. Change is constant, and it feels like we're constantly being pulled in different directions, challenged to take sides, fight for this cause or that, and push for change for the sake of change. Have you experienced that? It can be overwhelming, disheartening, even, or feel like you're caught in the middle of it all, trying to navigate a world that feels so far removed from the one you thought you knew. But the Serenity Prayer stands as a beacon of hope within this ever changing landscape. It reminds us that there is peace in acceptance. Not everything is within our control, and that's okay. It's important to recognize the limits of our influence and understand that while we can work tirelessly to make this world a better place, some things are simply beyond our power to change. At the same time, this prayer doesn't advocate for complacency. It calls for courage, action, and change in the things that we can. It's a reminder that we all have to have the power to make a difference, and that our efforts are not in vain. But it also teaches us to be wise, to discern between what we can change and what must be accepted. This wisdom is where true serenity lies. It is in this balance that we find peace amidst the chaos. The Serenity Prayer, look it up if you haven't heard of it. For me, the Serenity Prayer, which was once a sweet and distant memory from the times of my grandma and my mom, has become my life's cornerstone. It grounds me in the understanding that while I am called to make a positive impact in this life, I also need to recognize my limitations. In understanding the difference lies strength. In this world, where the world is so changing so fast and the ground beneath us seems to be constantly shifting, this prayer offers a firm foundation, a reminder that serenity comes not from changing the world around us, but from how we approach it. Today, I encourage all of you to take stock of where you're at. What are the things you can change, and what are the things you need to be wise enough to let go? Because you either don't have the influence, the capacity, or the power, or the resources in this at this point in time to change. In understanding this, may we all find serenity and courage and the wisdom to navigate the complexities of our lives with purpose. Equally, let us never be complacent, but have the courage to keep speaking for what's just and true. Keep working towards becoming the best version of ourselves. Keep working towards the life that we've always wanted. Let us live our best lives and empower ourselves and others around us. Until next time, keep sparkling wherever you are.